Section 3.8 air brakes. 8.7 Principle of air brake system. Generally, the term air brake refers to the type of the brake compressed air used to compose the brake shoe pressure. The air brake are used in rail surface to prevent movement of the car of locomotives in wear and motion to control the speed and stop them as desired. These results are obtained through friction and holding forces resulting from pressure pressing the brake shoe against the wheel tread of the disc and face, when in turn resisted by the friction of the wheel rail car with the load wheel of the weight of the wheel. The AB freight brake equipment issued for the freight cars operating in interchange with the United States. The overseas railroad single capacity K-type freight car brake equipment. Some other type cars have no air brakes. Vacuum brakes equipment are most common type of equipment. Personnel who have anything to do with the train handling, maintenance of the equipment, while either directly or indirectly, must thoroughly understand the elementary functions, operating principles of air brakes, such as understanding the largest contribution function in the safety and economy, and the prevention of loss and damage to the railroad rolling stock and landing. Operation. The necessity accurate positive control of the railway train requires the use of efficiency brake and efficient brakes, and has led to the development of the modern air brake. The use of the air brakes is compulsory. American railways and the apparatus has been developed with a high state efficiency. The term of the air brake includes any brake operated with air pressure, usually restricted to the system. Continuous brake operated with the compressed air, generally used with American railway practice. Distinguishing them from the vacuum brakes, air is compressed by the pump on the steam locomotive by a motor compressor with the electrical internal combustion locomotives over the cars and stored in the reserves. The conveyed by pipes and flexible hose between the cars and the cylinders, pistons under each of the car. Under the car, pressure transmitted with the brake lever, hence the brake shoe. The brakes are applied with the reducing pressure of the brake pipe below the auxiliary reserve, such as reduction caused by the engine opening with the brake pipe to the atmosphere through the brake valve adjacently with the hose burst of the pipe brake. The brakes are released and emitting compressed air from the main reserve of the locomotive through the brake valve into the brake pipe, increasing the air pressure above the remaining auxiliary reservoir. 8.8 Principal parts automatic brake. Power-driven air compressor, which supplies the compressed air for the use of the brake and signal system. The governor, which controls the compressor operation, regulates the air pressure maintained in the main reservoir. The main reservoir serves three purposes: to receive stored compressed air, to act as the cooling chamber for the compressed air, and catch the basin with moisture and oil, which is passed from the compressor and participated from the air by cooling, to act as a storage chamber for the express pressure for the operating with a use for the air devices without interfering with the brake pipe pressure, to serve as a backing volume of the driving head with excessive pressure for the purpose of releasing the brakes and recharging the air brake system. Alright, your two duplex gauges located in the locomotive cab, one indicating main reserve equalizing reservoir, and other brake pipe, the brake cylinder, your main reserve and equalizing reservoir, two duplex gauges, and other brake pipe, and the other brake pipe lead brake cylinder pressure. In addition, with the diesel electric passenger locomotive with a high-speed controlled brake equipment, another single-point gauge of the cab shows the control pipe pressure with a single-point gauge, and the engine of the room of each of the units shall be the main reservoir pressure. On these electric freight locomotives with the number AEL equipment, the three duplex air gauges are located in the cab, one indicating the main reserve equalizing reservoir pressure, and the second indicating the brake pipe locomotive brake cylinder pressure. The second indicating a brake pipe locomotive brake cylinder pressure. The third indicating application of the indicating application and suppression of pipe pressure. Single pointed gauge indicating main reserve pressure is located on the engine room of each unit. Alright, an automatic brake valve located in the locomotive cab, which regulates the flow of the air through the manual reserve of the brake pipe, releasing the brakes from the brake pipe to atmosphere, applying on the brakes. The feed valve controls the reducing main reserve pressure, passing the brake valve to the brake pipe in the running position. Automatic brake valve. F. A brake pipe. A brake pipe including branch pipe and flexible hose and couplings, which connects the locomotive air brake valve with the conductor's valve with the brake control valve on each car. Angle cocks are provided at each end of every car to open and close the brake pipe at any desired position point in the train. Cutout cocks are located with the branch pipe, crossover pipe to brake control valve under each of the car to cut out individual brakes. G. A brake control valve on each of the car without the brake pipe. A brake control valve on each car to which the brake pipe, auxiliary reserve brake cylinder, pressure retaining valve is connected with and performs the three function: first to change the auxiliary reserve brake pipe, and the second to emit from the auxiliary reserve the brake cylinder to apply the brake, third and exhaust air with the brake cylinder to atmosphere release brake pipe. The AB type of the brake is used with the freight cars operating with the conduits and provided with additional value. The reserve of the also used to provide additional braking power in an emergency situation. Alright, H, an auxiliary reservoir. Also an emergency reservoir for the AB type, with the AB type brakes on each which the compressed air is stored in applying the brakes. Alright, the brake cylinder each of the car provided with a piston rod connecting the brake to the lever in such some manner that when the piston is moved, the air pressure brakes are applied. J, a pressure retaining valve that permits the brake cylinder air to be freely exhausted the atmosphere retards the exhaust air of the brake cylinder down with a predetermined pressure, then retains the amount. Alright, definitions of terms used. Increased brake pipe pressure. When air is passing through the brake pipe more rapidly than it is escaping, so as it to produce rise in pressure, brake pipe pressure increases, it will move the control valve to the release position. Maintaining brake pipe pressure. When the automatic brake valve is running position, air is being supplied to the brake pipe as fast as it can escape. The valve automatically supplies the brake pipe losses. Brake pipe reduction. Air escaping being the discharge of the brake pipe faster than it is being supplied through the brake valve. The feedback from the auxiliaries loses from the brake pipe and are not being supplied with the constitute brake pipe reduction intended to cause the brake pipe control valves and move toward application position. Alright, lap. The term designates the position for the locomotive brake valve and the brake control valves, the distributing valve in which the operative parts are closed in the passage of the air. Brake pipe application. Sufficient reduction of the brake pipe pressure, no matter how made, to cause the brake control valves or distributing valves to move the application position. If made the locomotive brake valve in the service position, it must consist of one or more reductions with the brakes remaining applied. F. Service application. A quick, heavy reduction of brake pipe pressure so as to cause the brake control valves to move the service application position. The condition is accomplished by the locomotive engineer for expected stop and slow down for the gradual reduction which is made with the conductor valve and the tail hose. Emergency application. Quick, heavy reduction brake pipe pressure will cause the take of the control valve to move the emergency position. Transmit quick action conditions accomplished with the locomotive brake valve is placed in the emergency position by the trainman with the conductor's valve and tail hose is made with the automatic when the brake pipe is broken when the train parts. Section 4. AB freight brake equipment.